cube ports, and you do that simply by lifting up, kind of pulling slightly upward and then off. And I believe that, yep, there's even instructions on the underside of the flap. So here there are, alright, get this in the camera view here. There are 1, 2, 3 screws here. These are Phillips. One of them is longer than the other, and if you try and drive it in to one of the shorter screw holes, you will strip out the hole. And I did find that out by experience as well. So let's go ahead and remove those. Well, we'll have to get that screw once this thing is disassembled. Magnet didn't help me that time. These ones are made out of something funny. When you have that off, you can peel off this front cover. Be gentle. It will come fairly easily, but it is still kind of stuck in there. Okay, underneath here we reveal 4 more screws, 2 Phillips, 2 tri-wing. So let's go ahead and remove those. Now, if you do have a skin like this installed, I'm sure those of you that do know who you are. Right up here, you can see a seam in the shell here. This sticker piece here goes over the whole way, so just take a razor and slit through that right there. Otherwise, it will appear that you haven't got all the screws off when in fact you have. Now we need to take off the front cover here. Be very careful, there is a short wire. Right here there is a little connector, which if you get your fingers around the wire as close to the connector as possible and just give it a slight pull, you will have that pulled out no problem. Well, in my case, you probably want to remove the SD card as well. And as a late note, make sure you have your games removed from the Wii. I'm pretty sure mine is still in there, so I will just have to be that much more careful. Now then, with it facing as such, go ahead and start to pull upward. There shouldn't be a lot of resistance, but there might be some off the shell to reveal the innards of the Wii. Now, this here is probably a grounding chassis for the CD drive and all the other electronics inside, so that is not screwed down. Well, it is, but you've removed all the screws through the chassis, so It is stuck into some tabs around the back here to touch all the grounding fingers for the chassis, so it may be a little bit difficult to come off, but it shouldn't be too terribly difficult. Just wiggle it out and it should come up. Alright, and now we reveal the DVD drive. And as you can see, Wii Sports is still in there. Now, to remove the DVD drive, there are 4 screws. Alright, to remove these 4 screws, everything inside the Wii here is a Phillips, so you will no longer need your tri-wing now that you have successfully gotten inside. There are 4 screws at each of the corners holding the DVD drive in, so let us remove those. Now that those are removed, you want to flip the drive over ever so gently so as not to tear out any of these connectors, and you will see there are 2 connectors holding in the DVD drive. For this one full of the white cables here, you should be able to just, again, grab close to the connector as possible. See if I can do this left-handed. Right about, here where the black tape is around it, and just give a gentle tug. For the other one, you want to get your finger underneath this tab here, and if you just pull up a little bit, it'll loosen and you can unfasten it. And we now have the DVD drive out to work on. If you're installing a mod chip, this is all the further you need to go. But to continue on, for any further mods to the Wii, we want to disassemble the rest of the chassis. It comes apart. There's very many screws here, and it comes apart in kind of a disorienting order. There are really 4 pieces.